Mondays, a new segment on this channel. I am the mommy to Gabriel and Emma, which if you guys have watched their videos and whatnot, you would know that they are awesome little humans that make adorable videos, and you'll definitely want to check out our Mother's Day video, which was hilarious. They had never touched my face before or like really put anything on my face before, and never let them like put makeup on my face or any kind of cream or anything. You have to watch it, just trust me. It's in the description below. But yeah, I am their mommy, and I am gonna be taking over on Mondays. Not every Monday, just every once in a while when I feel like coming on, and just chit chat, drink some tea. I'm drinking kombucha tea today, and it is like for antioxidants and overall health. I found it at the vitamin store a while back when I was looking for like vitamins to take for myself. Let me sit up a little bit. And anyways, so I stumbled upon that and I really like it. It's like a lemony, herby kind of taste. I think most teas are. And it doesn't, well, I mean, you can add honey to it if you would like, but I think it's fine. Doesn't really need it. Doesn't bother me. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well, of course, with everything that has been going on. I know it's like a life change for all of us, and I know for me, speaking for myself, some days are good, some days are hard, some days I just like have a headache, and it's just like, what I think it is just me like overthinking things. Like, and okay, on a normal basis, like if things were the way they were before everything happened, I would be busy, I wouldn't be home, I would have, you know, a job to get to, and things to do, people to see, places to go, kind of, you know, fast-paced kind of life. And now it's like I don't have that, so my mind is still working at that kind of pace, and it's like I get a headache because my mind is just like, you gotta do this, don't forget this, and it's trying to like fit all this information into my mind, and it's just like, but you have no place to actually go, and you don't need to stress out, because if you don't do the dishes today, they'll still be there tomorrow, and you'll still have this insane amount of hours to get them done. And you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, because before it was like, well, I gotta get this done, I gotta get that done, because there's deadlines, there's things that need to happen, and whatever, you have to go to work tomorrow, you can't stay up too late, and make sure you get your 8 hours of sleep, and like things like that. Whereas to now, if I wanted to, I could stay up 3-4 o'clock in the morning and it wouldn't matter, because if I wanted to, the next day I could sleep the whole day if I wanted to. But I've never been that kind of person, so even like on the weekends before everything went down, I would not be able to sleep in. Like, I would force myself to try to like stay in the bed. I'm like, no, it's Saturday, you've worked all week, you deserve to stay in bed for like another 2 hours. Just try. And I just wouldn't be able to. Like, my body would start to ache, because it's like, what are you doing? You already slept your 8 hours, you're done, get up and be productive. Like, that's my body. Which is still kind of the same now, like the same thing. I guess because I need to get used to our new normal, if that makes sense, which I think everybody's trying to do in their own way. But yeah, every day is different. Not every day is good, not every day is bad. Some days are kind of just like, oh, okay, like, it's another day. And then you kind of just, I don't know, you like mindlessly go through it, if that makes sense. You're not even like thinking about what you're doing or what you're gonna do next. You're kind of just going through the motions. And then I have the days where I feel like very tense, very stressed out. All the voices around me, my kids, my husband, myself, my mom, like anything around me like really makes me stress out. I'm just like, I need quiet. just 5 minutes, guys. Just shh. And I mean, that might be just motherhood in general, because like being a mom is a lot of responsibility. And talking about that, if you are a mom, happy Mother's Day, happy late Mother's Day. We made, like I said, that Mother's Day video, and I had a blast doing it. It was so much fun, and it was hilarious. And I hope you guys had a wonderful Mother's Day. And if you have a mom in your life, or somebody that's been a mother figure to you, or if you are a mom, then just, you know how it is. And it's no joke, it's nothing easy, it's crazy, awful, wonderful, all the things that you'll ever experience in life. So I hope that if you are a mom or anything like that, just happy Mother's Day. And I hope that it went as great as possible in our situations. I hope that they did celebrate you in some way. And even if you're not, and you're just a person watching watching this just because you stumbled across it, I hope that somebody celebrates you today, just for you being you. And even if you have nobody around, celebrate yourself. We deserve it. And that's something that honestly has taken me a long time to learn, is that we need to love ourselves too, you know? I mean, there's a lot of things that we can like sit and talk about. Whew, getting deep. Let me drink some tea. There's some things that we can talk about that, you know, like things I don't like about myself, or things that, you know, we can throw about ourselves, or that people have said to us. But bottom line is, like, you need to learn to love yourself, because you can't escape yourself, and people can only make you feel inferior if you let them. And it's so true, you know. And I'm not saying that I'm like at a point where I'm like my best friend yet, but I do feel like I understand myself more as a person, and as like what I want for myself, and how I would like to be treated, and how I know that I should treat others. And yeah, I mean, we need to be nice to each other. We're all going through so much, and the last thing you need is to also be your worst enemy. You know, does that make sense? I think that makes sense. But yeah, so I hope that somebody has made you feel special today, and if nobody has, then here's the moment. You are special, you are awesome, and you're doing your best, and that's all that you can do. And you're just amazing, and we just need to all keep moving forward and living the best we can. Well, I hope that little motivation helped in some way. Basically, last time I was doing a chatty video like this, I was sitting in my car. I think it was the first week where we were fully told to stay home and no more working, and I was just gonna go and get a Starbucks. Like, that was the plan. I was gonna go by myself. I was in the car, and I just wasn't even like really thinking, I guess. I was kind of in that like mindless, just going through the motions day. And I was gonna go get Starbucks, and thankfully it was closed, because I was so panicked the whole time. Like, I just remember driving, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't have a mask, I don't have gloves, I don't have anything. And I was just panicked. I was so nervous. And it was closed. And then I came home, and I filmed in the car, and I just was spilling out my guts, saying how irresponsible I was being, and how scary everything was, and how things were changing and stuff like that. And let's fast forward to now, where we've been stuck. I think we're like day 50 something of quarantine, and not working. And oh my gosh, let me tell you, life has definitely changed. Homeschooling is something else. Claps, much praise to people that actually do it and are awesome at it, because it's a big lifestyle change for me. I do enjoy it. I do like teaching. I do like working with kids, and I guess sometimes it's just different when it's your own kid. Like, I don't know how to explain that feeling sometimes. So homeschooling, that's definitely new. And then trying to go through like unemployment and stuff like that. Oof, let me tell you, that's a whole other process. Like, I can't even deal with that. And then recently they told us like, hey, you know, we're gonna maybe reopen again. And like, that also hit me hard when it was just like, what do you mean we're gonna reopen? Like, things are still going on, people are still going through stuff, and like, this is still very much real, you know? And then I got back to that mode of being scared. And then for me, I haven't been watching the news or things like that. When I go on YouTube and watch videos and stuff like that, there's like a whole little bar of just news. And literally, if you scroll across it, all it is COVID-19, Trump this, blah, 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 blah. Bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news. And so one day I did allow myself to look at it, and that was a big mistake, because literally the rest of the day I was just in a really bad headspace. And to be honest, I haven't really been able to fully get out of it ever since then. And so it's been a little hard. Like I said, I have good days, I have bad days, and I'm sure everybody is kind of going through that. And I think we have every right to feel kind of like caged animals on and off, you know, or feel overwhelmed, or however you want to say it, you know. And we just have to allow ourselves to go through those emotions, because I mean, you bottle it up and you're gonna explode. Gotta let out the emotions and vent out whatever way you need to, you know. Having the promise of going back to work, but still feeling like it's not the right time, has kind of made me feel a little anxious. Just because for my line of work, I would have to take my kids with me, which before all of this was definitely a privilege, something that I really wanted. But now it's like, I don't want to take my kids out. I haven't been taking them out anywhere. Like, they haven't been out in a store, they haven't been around other kids. Like, it's just awful, to be honest. Like, kids need to be around other kids and have fun and, you know, be kids. I mean, I don't know. so much like uncertainty, and it's just, I mean, life is already uncertain as it is, and then throw this on top of it. It's like, now what? On other lighter things to talk about, there has been good things that have come out of being at home and having to, you know, be at home. I did potty train my daughter, which was something that felt like was never gonna happen. So definitely being in quarantine has obviously forced me to have to do potty training, which, let me tell you, is not easy with every child. Like, every kid is so different. I literally thought that having a girl was going to be easier because I'm a girl, and it was going to be easier to show her how to go to the potty. No. Totally wrong. I was totally wrong. My son was definitely, I think, easier to potty train than this girl. However, what I will say is that she has taken to it really quick. Like, once it clicked, that's it. Like, she got it down. And I'll back up a little bit. So when we first started the potty training at home, just me and her, it was bad. Like, first of all, I didn't have like underwear. I didn't have pull-ups, which everybody recommends, right? You think pull-ups, you think potty training. And I didn't have those things. And then I was trying to like potty train her basically with diapers, which didn't go well. Then I did get her underwear, really cute underwear, like princess underwears, which she's very into princess. So that was a big motivator for her. She saw the little prince and it was like, boom, like a little light bulb went off in her head and she's like, I need to wear chonies now. I need to wear undies now. And so, okay, we got to that milestone. Let's put on underwear. But then it was like accident after accident after accident. Oh, the worst ones were the poopy accidents. Those were the worst. Like, oh man. I mean, I don't know if like when I potty trained my son, if it was so traumatic that I like block that out from my memory, because let me tell you, those poopy accidents were traumatic. It's like, okay. But also the moment when she actually did understand that she had to go to the potty, and sitting her down, me sitting next to her like on the floor and like, you know, like, okay, we're gonna go potty, and like sitting with her and seeing the look on her face of like accomplishment when she actually went pee for the first time was just like, it's one of those mommy moments, one of those milestones that literally is just gonna be implanted in my brain for like ever. And it was the cutest thing. And so then after that, it was a little bit more worth it and it was nice. And then little by little, less accidents, more telling me, mommy, toilet, pee pee toilet, pee pee toilet. That's what she says, and she runs for it. And now we are to the point where she doesn't wet the bed. She'll get up in the middle of the night and go to the toilet, which is like amazing. My son never did that. It was a lot of accidents with him. That I remember was like potty accidents in the night. And with her, it's just like she'll get up in the middle of the night, she'll turn on the hallway light, and she'll go to the restroom by herself. Girl is fearless. That's definitely probably the biggest accomplishment during all this quarantine craziness. And definitely the second biggest accomplishment will be getting through the end of homeschooling. Homeschooling has been an adventure, I'll tell you. Like, I think if I had somebody kind of like taking me through the steps and like really saying this is what helps and do this and do that and like focus on this, or like really structured, if it was more structured and it was already in my mind space of like, I want to do this for my kid, then I think it would have been smoother, instead of like, boom, here you go, homeschool your kid. That's it. Like, there was no like clear manual to like, okay, this is how we're gonna do it, and there's no one-on-one teacher to say, okay kids, like, no, it's not like that. And I'm sure that every school district, every school around the world, whatever, that's doing homeschooling is probably doing it differently. And that's not to say that my son's school hasn't done an amazing job. They have done an amazing job. There has been things that I have enjoyed, things that have made it easier, and also things that have seriously stressed me out. So I'm happy that we are getting to the end of homeschooling. And I'm looking forward to being like, here you go, here's the laptop, I'm cool, bye. Like, no more homeschooling for a while, I need a break. So I am thankful and happy that I can now say that I've had the experience of homeschooling, because that was something that I thought that I wanted before. Like, I was like, oh, I would have loved to like homeschool my kids and like spend more time with them at home, and you know, but now it's like, careful what you wish for, because you don't know if you can handle it or if you have like the grace to do it, you know what I mean? And I think I've done good, but I've also, you know, have had my days where I'm just like, this is not my job, you know what I mean? I hope that doesn't sound bad, because obviously as parents, your job is your kids and putting their needs first and being there for them. And I always did like go to school and do school with my son and things like that, but never to that extreme where it was like everything is riding on me teaching him. That's definitely been an experience. So I will be happy to have accomplished and check that off my bucket list, homeschooling. So yeah. Well, I'm gonna end it now just because I think I've rambled on enough and it's gonna be pretty long and I'm probably gonna have to edit a lot of stuff out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it brought some kind of like relatable vibes to you, some kind of like, oh yeah, I've been there, I know what you're talking about. And or just brought you a smile, or just giving you something to listen to while you're doing something at home, kind of like a wannabe podcast. Podcasts are awesome, by the way. Yeah, sometimes I just put on videos and I'm not even like watching the person, just kind of have it on in the background for noise to kind of like keep my mind in another place while I'm doing things, if that makes sense. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you guys have liked this Mommy Monday chat, and I will do other things on here. Right now this is more just like a continuation of like my quarantine update, and my kids are doing well, we're well, our health is well, everything's well with us, you know, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for being good all this time, and I'm very thankful that we have food on our table and a roof over our head and a yard for our kids to roam around in. And I'm thankful for all the people that are working hard to keep us afloat, all the essential workers, all the teachers that are honestly putting out that information for school, and just everybody and everything. Just gotta be grateful, and I am. And I hope that you guys are well, and if you've been affected by any of this, my thoughts and prayers are with you. Big hugs. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and please check out the description below. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already, and I will catch you guys on another Mommy Monday. Bye!